aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Welcome to the Star Wars news. Let's get right into it. It's The Force Always. Stick around to later in the show as I'll have a Godzilla 2 King of the Monsters review from myself. That's Godzilla 2 King of the Monsters review later on in the show, so stick around for that. Anyway, to official Star Wars news, Knights of the Old Republic will be getting an official feature of some sort. It could be TV series, it could be trilogy, it could be a one-off film, but Knights of the Old Republic, the old school computer game, is officially coming to the Star Wars universe, and we're going to get to see what it's more about in some sort of screen, and that's coming soon. To more news, which is not a whole lot of news, but Galaxy Edge, that's going to be in Disneyland, Disney World in America, will be or has opened already, depends where you are in the world. But it's the first, there's only one park that's going to have it now, and later on in the year the other one will be released. It will be great for the hardcore Star Wars fans. It will be great to see what the general public think of this. There's been mixed reviews so far with Galaxy's Edge, with the official reviewers for the park, you know, whether it's a YouTube channel or TV network or even print media. It's had mixed reviews. It does look good. Be honest, it looks like a sort of an oversized Star Tours. I don't know, but I definitely would go if I can, but I'm here in Australia, we don't have that. I don't know what will ever happen here, but you never know. Let's just wait and see. But if not, I will take my journey once again to America and to check it out. Anyway, so that's pretty much the Star Wars news for this time around. Let's get into the views. Views is not about how much views one gets on YouTube. It's not about predictions. It's just my story ideas for certain parts of Star Wars. It could be the saga, the episodic saga, it could be the standalones, it could be a poster, it could be a trailer, teaser, anything. But this week, again, I'm going to concentrate on something in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Snoke, the character Snoke, the biggest evil guy apparently in the whole universe, bigger than Emperor Palpatine, I think needs a bit of explanation in Episode 9, and I think he should be explained as being the puppet to Emperor Palpatine. This would explain why a lot of things are similar to how he constructed his own sort of evil empire, if you were to say, or evil First Order, from the Red Guards or the Stormtroopers or just even the ships, anything like this. I think he should be the puppet of Emperor Palpatine. Emperor is obviously the main evil guy that appeared from episode 1 to 6 in various forms, and I think he should be the manipulating, overpowering person that should be the puppeteer for Snoke. And I wouldn't mind to see if Snoke was not even a human being, just flesh that was just purely controlled by the Emperor. That would explain a lot. It would be interesting. It would be real in a fantasized universe like Star Wars. I think that would be great. That's what I'd like to see, and I would really hope they do explain just some of this Snoke thing. Snoke as a character is not one of my favorites. I don't think he was that great. I don't think we need to sort of get a backstory. We don't need him to continue if he's still alive. Wishingly not. He's just not an overly interesting character. The Emperor was and is still a very interesting character. Is a question mark too, because could he be alive? We don't know. But anyway, that's my views for this time around. Let's get into the reviews. Reviews is Godzilla King of the Monsters. The reason why I'm using this film in the Star Wars channel is really it's a epic film that technically has good and bad about it. It's a blockbuster. It's one of these films that came from nowhere, small sort of indie feel to a major thing. This is from the decades it's been around, sort of like Star Wars, and just be interesting to see what a Star Wars kid like myself thinks of Godzilla. Well, I saw it. I'm going to go straight off the bat and give it 6.5 out of 10. look, the title really gives away the whole story. King of Monsters. If you want to see monsters just roam around and fly around and just have great action sequences and just be really close to what it was originally, with that Japanese sort of feel to it, with a sort of modern day American sort of movies sort of feel to it, you're going to love the film. The story is just not there. It's just so bland. I didn't expect much of a story, to be honest, but maybe something that would drive the film, but it really is just a monster mash. That's pretty much what you're going to get. Visually it's stunning. I did think some of the visual effects did look a little bit like it was painted backgrounds. It looked a little bit like that, but it still was amazing. The three-headed monster was very abstract, very creepy, and well done. Like effects these days, you don't really need a question, but there's still components to effects that you sort of like want as real as possible. But this film delivers you the goods in that. It is a good film. It is an enjoyable film. Don't not see it. It's great to see it at the cinema. But I just think just the story component to this film is just not there. I'm not going to give anything away spoilerish, but it's, just don't expect much story. The dialogue and some of the script writing in this, to me, and some of the acting was okay. I won't say it's great, it was okay. Anyway, so 6.5 out of 10. If there's anything that's a highlight to this film, it's definitely the paying homage to the Japanese sort of feel of Godzilla as it used to be, like decades ago. I'm not talking about the 98 release that came out. I'm talking about decades before that. It gives homage to that. I'm not a huge Godzilla fan. I do like it, but I'm not huge on it. I know of the old school ones, and they are sort of really funny, but creepy, but fun, but funky, and yeah, that's it. But anyway, that's my review. 6.5 out of 10 for Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters. Let's get into interviews. Two questions where I ask myself for you guys out there. Now, what is the problem with Star Wars movies compared to, let's say, the Marvel Universe? I think the whole problem with the Star Wars films, if there's a problem, I mean, personally, I enjoy all of them. I'm one of those people that will accept and enjoy it for what it is. I like them. I love them at parts of them, and most of them. But I think the fact that Star Wars keeps going backwards is the issue. Now, this point of going backwards has happened since about 97, when we got the special editions, and we went backwards to see the re-edits and add-ons and things like that in special editions, which I enjoyed. Some people don't, but I enjoyed it. And we just sort of had a chance to see Star Wars on the big screen. That was great. About, I think it was 98, 97 here. But we had word at that point that they're going to write and release brand new Star Wars, and I thought, great, the story continues. But then they said we're going to go backwards. At that time, as I've said a number of times on the internet, StarWars.com had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as little parts to the screen, and obviously 4, 5, and 6 at that stage was Star Wars: A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. 1, 2, and 3 had not been written, but they were ready to insert a picture and a name, but they had 7, 8, and 9, so there was intentions back then. And I thought, well, if we're going to go backwards, at least it's going to go eventually forwards. But obviously we know the story of reality with Star Wars. After the third one, it was the end. It was the end for all of us again. We thought, there's no way they're going to continue. That was it. George Lucas said they're never going to write one again. And to his word, to this day, technically, he has really not, written or produced or directed a Star Wars film. Like, he may have been an assistant, but so we thought that was the end. But then we had the chance of seeing 7, 8, 9. I think the fact that Star Wars keeps going back doesn't really enthuse myself and a number of people out there, the secret ingredient, I think, with Marvel is they keep moving forward, even though there might be sort of, flashbacks or some sort. They keep moving forward, and it keeps it modern, it keeps it interesting, it keeps it like suspenseful. But Star Wars has really just kept on. It's going backwards. Like even with the Mandalorian, it looks great, but it's backwards. Even with the prequels, it's backwards. Even with the Cassian, I think it's the guy from Rogue One. There's going to be a TV series. Technically, it's backwards. We just need to keep continuing this forward. My next question, actually, what are the only Star Wars films that you could go backward on that would be interesting to the hardcore Star Wars fans? This is my opinion, and this is what I think a lot of them would say. But this is my opinion. If you were to go backwards, keep going backwards as I do, 2 films would set it off. For the hardcore Star Wars fans, Darth Plagueis. That's just a great story in itself and has potential to add on to that story. That would be a great film. The other film, which is a little bit obvious, but it would be definitely like a Star Wars story or, an anthology film. Depends on how you want to word it or title it. But I think a pure Darth Vader film would be amazing. It'd be a little bit predictable, but it would definitely need to be almost rated R. Just intense. It has to go full throttle and being just super duper evil. A Darth Vader film would be great. A Darth Plagueis film would be great. Now there's other sort of things that you could say that has a worthwhileness to it, like Obi-Wan or Yoda. But the weight of those are just not as extreme as those two, in my opinion. A Darth Vader film would be almost iconic and as great as the original Star Wars. Darth Plagueis would be great to the hardcore Star Wars fans. We really want to know more about that. It's just very interesting. The Emperor's manipulation powers, how he got that, how he really defeated Darth Plagueis. A bit of a spoiler there, but anyway. That would be a great film. So really, that's my 2 questions for this time, right? That's interviews of 2 questions answer for you guys. And if you want any questions answered, please Twitter me or Instagram me. My details are down there, or even send me a message via YouTube. I'm here on a weekly basis with the Star Wars news, views, reviews, interviews, only on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, like and share it with your friends, even with yourself. And until next time, my friends, keep rocking.